Do you love a good story? I'm Pastor Adam. This is Old Testament Thursday, and I'm so glad you decided to tune in, check out, and see what we've got going on today. I ask you this question because who doesn't love a good story? Think about all the books that have been written, all the stories that have been shared, the movies that have been made. Our culture obsesses over these things. We want good stories. We want a good news story. We want a good book story. We want a good movie that tells a story. We want all these things. And what better story than God's story? Check this out. Joel chapter 1, starting in verse 1. The word of the Lord came to Joel, and the son of Peluth. Hear this, O elders, and listen, all inhabitants of the land. Has anything like this happened in your days, or in your father's days? Tell your sons about it, and let your sons tell their sons, and their sons the next generation. Joel here is trying to get these elders to see what is happening. He's asking them, has anything like this ever happened before? It's something big. And he says, go and then tell the story of how it happened to your sons and then pass it along to the next generation. You guys, we have a amazing story full of God's grace, love, and mercy that comes through Jesus, that comes through the Bible. And it is a story that has transcended all time. It is a story that has impacted many lives, and it's impacted yours. So when I say who doesn't love a good story, and we live in a society that loves stories, guess what you can do? You can tell your story. Tell the story of how you met Jesus. Tell the story of how he turned your life around. Tell the story of how you've helped impact the world for God. How you've been a part of the kingdom of God. Share the stories with your kids, with your friends, with spouses, with whomever will listen. And then pass it along and along and along. People love stories, and you have a great one, even though sometimes we don't think our stories are good and sometimes they're bad. Here, this is what Joel is talking about when here's a glimpse into what it is. Verse 4. What the gnawing locusts have left, the swarming locusts have eaten. And what the swarming locusts have left, and the creeping locusts have eaten. He's talking about this great tragedy that's going on. And it could be about maybe Israel wasn't doing something they were supposed to, and God had punished them. Even in those stories, we learn about God and what He expects from us and what we can do better at. I'm Pastor Adam. This has been Old Testament Thursday. And what I want you to do is I want you to tell the story. Tell God's story. Tell your story. I'm Pastor Adam. This has been Old Testament Thursday. I'll see you next time.